What is happening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, within the first week of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, they sold over 3 million copies around the world, which is absolutely insane, and it was the #1 streamed game on Twitch at the time for the release date. Now, that's all fun and super good news to hear, but this article that we're taking a look at today is talking about the sequels for Pokemon Let's Go, being Pokemon Let's Go, I guess Johto is the title that they're wanting to call it. As you can see on the screen here, of course, we have Pokemon Let's Go Togepi and Let's Go Marill. Now, yesterday, we covered a video talking about Generation 8 and what we don't want it to look like. Now, that video got a lot of positive and a lot of negative feedback. There was a lot of people that were talking about in the video, you know, saying they'd like it like that. Other people, of course, they were talking about how it's just a Breath of the Wild mock-up, and of course, I understand that. But the video wasn't necessarily more about, oh, it's just a mock-up. It's the fact that people are wanting a Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game and others aren't. So today's video, you know, we're going to move a little bit away from that, but we're going to talk about the sequels for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Now, leave a comment down below in the comment section if you guys would like to see sequels. Let me know if you'd like to play through Johto within the style of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. As a Pokemon player, for me, of course, I'd play it. I honestly would. And again, for me, Pokemon, you know, in Johto is one of my favorite regions. And of course, it gave me like Pokemon like Umbreon and stuff like that. So of course, I'm obliged to love it. You know, so it's one of those where I'd play it and I probably would love it. But I know the vast, you know, majority of a lot of people, they really wouldn't like to see a sequel. So let me know down below in the comment section what you guys would think about it. Of course, it is greatly appreciated. I'll try my best to get back to everybody. But here this article says. Now, one thing that we have to talk about in this article is the fact that it really doesn't mention too much. You know, there's one little thing that Sabrina says, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have covered this, but this is something new that I want to start bringing to my channel. Every other day we talk about some Pokemon news, because I really, you know, I love to chat about Pokemon news, and you guys really love to see it, so that's what we're going to be doing moving forward into 2019. So, Pokemon Let's Go Switch sequel confirmed ? Huge clickbait as always, but Gold and Silver remix hint revealed. Emphasize the word hint revealed for Nintendo. Could an NPC in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu hint at the future of the spin-off series? It certainly looks that way, and here what you need to know. So the Daily Star here, I'll link the article down below for you so you can go ahead and check it out. The Daily Star is saying that there are hints in the Pokemon games that there will be a Pokemon Let's Go Johto sequel. Now. First off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the article, what they have to say about it, and then I'll go ahead and, you know, talk about my opinions and stuff like this. So just let's listen to what they have to say first. Anyone familiar with the Pokemon games knows that it really rarely takes time off. In fact, over the last decade, there's only been 1 year where we haven't seen a mainline Pokemon release. Nintendo and developer Game Freak knows that the games still sell pretty well, and as such as the companies are always keen to produce the titles to make sure players always have something new to get their teeth into. Previously, we'd see a mainline release, a new generation for example, usually followed by a third version or a sequel. We had Yellow to go with Red and Blue, Crystal to go with Gold and Silver, and Platinum to go with Diamond and Pearl, and so on. Black and White broke the tradition with a pair of straight-up sequels, and X and Y followed suit by omitting a different version altogether, Sun and Moon, and then they received their sequels for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, we have a picture here of Sabrina that in the games, when you beat her, she says, "Oh, I won't encounter a trainer like you for around another 3 years." Okay? Now, just remember that for a hot second. Now, with the third versions plugging the gap between mainline releases, we also started to see remakes come and fill the void too. Fire Red and Leaf Green, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Let's Go is a little bit different that brings Pokemon Go mechanics into the mainline Pokemon games, making the third brand of the Pokemon games, as it were. So that means now we have 3 stands of games, mainline, remakes, and Let's Go. We already know that we're getting a new Pokemon 2019 RPG next year, thanks to the Game Freak announcement earlier on in the year, and it follows the remakes of Sinnoh games, Diamond and Pearl. Okay, so straight up here, we don't know that for sure. There's no way we can absolutely say that. There's no way you can absolutely say that in your article at all. We already know that we're getting a new Pokemon game, which is true. We already know this. And it follows that remakes of Sinnoh games, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum will follow that. This is all just speculation. People genuinely believe we will get them. Now, for me, as a you know, a Pokemon player, I'd love it. But you can't guarantee it. You cannot guarantee it at all. Everybody thought we were going to get Pokemon Z. So many videos were made about Pokemon Z. It never happened. Never happened. And in that third year, what could come next? Another Let's Go game. Well, information from an NPC in the newest Pokemon game certainly hints at something in that region. When you challenge Sabrina, the leader of Saffron City Gym, a second time, she mentions, I won't encounter another trainer like you for another 3 years. Generation 2 happened 3 years after Generation 1 in the Pokemon universe, a fact constantly brought up in the Gold, Silver, and Crystal games. A reference to this specific from a leader with psychic powers seems to tease at the sequel to the game in 3 years' time. After all, the Johto games, you can go back and battle leaders from the Kanto region, making Sabrina's premonition probably quite accurate. Would you play a Pokemon Go inspired Gold and Silver remake? We would, it's our favorite generations, but what would they call it? Logical Money is on Let's Go Marill and Let's Go Togepi, but we personally prefer to see something like Let's Go Dunsparce and Let's Go Shocker, what the hell? Maybe that is just us. Okay, so Sabrina says, I won't encounter a trainer like you for another 3 years. Now, you know, this is true what they're saying. Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal were set a few years after Pokemon, you know, Fire and Red and Leaf Green. It's crazy because I can't just believe, just because an NPC said something like this is going to guarantee the fact that we're going to get another Pokemon Let's Go Johto game. Now, personally, like I said, I'd love to play a Johto game. It's my favorite one of my favorite regions, and I would love to play it. But articles make it so, you know, suspicious on actually, you know, I understand the whole clickbait, and I understand they want people to read their articles and stuff like this. And this was published on the 3rd of December, 2018, okay? But the simple fact that, you know, a gym leader said, I won't encounter a trainer like you, because when you play through Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you come back and you battle the gym leaders. So, of course, that's what she's referencing to. But she's referencing to Gold and Silver. She's not referencing to Pokemon Let's Go Johto. She's not at all. Which is funny enough, and people tend to believe this, because not a lot of people with hindsight on the internet and stuff like that have, you know, much knowledge about the game. So articles like this can easily clickbait and, you know, misinform you with information and stuff like that. But today's video, I'm genuinely talking about the fact, you know, would you guys play? I just found this article and I wanted to include it in the video because I just thought it'd be absolutely hilarious. But the fact that, you know, if we were to get a Pokemon Let's Go Johto version, you know, games, would you play them or would you not? You have to definitely let me know down below in the comments section. Now, I actually saw some art drawn up for Let's Go Togepi and Let's Go Marill as like a full game. And the fact that, you know, I get the idea of Let's Go Marill. I get the idea of Let's Go Togepi, the fact that it's the first Pokemon that you ever get in an egg. So I understand that, I really do. Let's Go Marill, it's one of those where, no, just no. I wouldn't mind the fact that if we had to play through Let's Go Johto again, that we could get an Eevee again, because Eevee, again, in the Johto region, gets 2 new evolutions, so it makes sense for that. You could get Pikachu again, of course. It'll only go into a Raichu, or you could start off with Let's Go Pichu or something. Let's Go Pichu and Let's Go Marill. It'd make more sense to me as a Pokemon player because, of course, Pichu, you know, is the Pokemon that evolves into Pikachu, and then, of course, you have it go into Raichu. And again, with Eevee, it makes sense to have it where it goes into Umbreon or Espeon. Or even give me Let's Go Umbreon and Let's Go Espeon. Dog, yes, I'll play the hell out of those games. But even, like, if we went onto Google and we typed in Pokemon Let's Go Johto, we have to see there's so many articles talking about the fact, and there's so many videos on it, which is absolutely insane. Pokemon Let's Go Johto, what you need to know. Pokemon Gold, the twin sequels, but you can get to Johto in Pokemon Let's Go. You can't, obviously. They clearly state that, unfortunately. If Game Freak decides to make a revised version of Pokemon Gold and Silver, then we should go back to Johto and Kanto will most definitely show up. Which, it's just something that I can't get my head around. It's absolutely mental. And the fact that there's so many pages dedicated to the actual fact that we're going back to Johto with the Let's Go games in like 3 years is absolutely insane. Like, the artwork and stuff like that is really cool. I mean, I love the Togepi and I love, you know, it makes sense for it to happen. But I can't see it happening at all. Especially Togepi and Marill. If we are going back, I can't see it being Togepi and Marill. I really can't. I just can't. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It really doesn't. And there's so many things here, like, so many videos made on it, and which is absolutely crazy. Now, the fact that, you know, I think if they did make it going back to Johto, it's crazy because then they'd include Kanto. So they'd have to... What would they do with the Kanto that's already been done in the Let's Go graphics? It'd make sense if we just got Pokemon Bloody Let's Go Ruby and Sapphire. it would make sense. But these, you know, are entry-level Pokemon games, so I don't understand why they would want to make, you know, a core RPG Pokemon game, remake Diamond and Pearl with a core RPG Pokemon game, then drop another entry-level Pokemon game like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee again for like in the third year, I guess, makes sense. It's something I can't wrap my head around, and I want you guys to let me know down below in the comments section what you guys think about it, and you know, your thoughts on could we going back to Johto and stuff like that. Because for me, it's one of those where I guess if it happens, I'll play it, but it's very unlikely. It just really is. Like, we saw like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu were blowing up. They were doing so well. Like I said, they were streamed, you know, on Twitch. They were #1 game, and then it just died immediately, which is really, really sad to see. It just died. Like, even in terms of like YouTube and stuff like that, the views for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu dropped. So it's one of those where I feel if they want to make that same decision, they need to change it a little bit to keep it more interesting. Because in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, even the after game in these games are, I mean, of course it's Kanto and there's not much more to do to it, but they could have added so much. There was so much potential for the games. They could have added so much. But the fact that you only go get Mewtwo, I mean, you can battle people every other day and stuff like that, but that's it. There's a shiny hunting. That is it. We want more post-game. That's what I, as a Pokemon, you know, player, I love post-game stuff. Like, Pokemon Emerald did it correctly where they had, you know, the Battle Frontier and stuff like that. It's, you know, it's something like that that we need in a Pokemon game to keep fans constantly playing the games. So I feel like that needs to be done for the next Pokemon games. But of course, all these stuff, we can talk about it down below in the comment section. But today's video literally was just us talking about, you know, Pokemon Let's Go Togepi and Marill, I guess, or Pokemon Let's Go Johto. And the fact that this article is saying that we're getting it when it's just not at all. It's just an NPC referenced it, and they're talking about gold and silver and stuff like that, because the trainer, of course, beat the Pokemon League in Pokemon, which is red. He beat the Pokemon League. Then he goes to Mount Silver, and then, of course, the player from Johto comes, battles her. So what does the trainer say when... I wonder... Yo, that's a good shout. So, Pokemon Gold, Sabrina... I can't even spell. Sabrina. Let's see what she says. So, shout out to Meowstick for the video, dude. You don't mind if I quickly just take a look at your gameplay to see if Sabrina says anything. Let's see what she says. Your power, it far exceeds what I foresaw. Maybe it isn't possible to further predict what the future holds. Okay, you win, you earn yourself a Marsh badge. Ooh. Okay, what else? What else do you say? Tell me you're gonna say... Nope. Although I failed to calculate your power that much I didn't know to be true, you'll become a celebrated and beloved champion. She doesn't say too much. Which I really would have loved. She was like, oh, I predicted that this was going to happen and stuff like that. That would have been really cool to see. But let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comment section. That's all the time that we do have for it in today's video. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about a Let's Go sequel. Would you guys play it, or would you not? Or would you just prefer Pokemon to be another main, you know, main core Pokemon games, I guess, that they're making? So don't make any more Let's Go games and just keep with the fact that it's going to be the core RPG. Let me know down below in the comment section. Of course, if you guys liked the video, make sure to go ahead, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more daily Pokemon news, content, and videos. It's always greatly appreciated. My name is FeintAttacks. You've been amazing as always, and I will see you guys back in a brand new video next time. Bye!